Hey, a few days ago I was recording a very interesting interview, which you're going to see on my channel in a few days, with Professor David West from America. Probably you know him from the excellent book Object Thinking, which I'm a big fan of. And we were not talking about object-oriented programming, we were talking about management in general. And he gave a very interesting example, which triggered me to record this video. We were talking about competition in a team. And I was interested to know what he thinks about that, whether the team has to have a competition between its members in the team or not. And he said that universities, at least he was talking about American universities, they are very interested in general to put students into the situation where they compete individually with each other. Even the team competition, team versus team, is not very popular according to his words. They mostly pay attention to individual competition. And he gave an example of a small team of young researchers, students who were working together on different projects. Each of them, they have individual project, and they organized so-called writers' workshop in this small community of students, where they were presenting their work, which they were doing, like their papers, and their peers were criticizing those work, and that's how they made their articles better. And in the end, those articles, they got published in multiple conferences, which usually reject many submissions. So his point was that competition between these individuals, open competition, public competition, when they go to this public sitting and the public workshop, public I mean inside the university, they see each other and they demonstrate to each other how much they achieve and how much they manage to do, and by comparing each other with each other, they achieved much more than if they would be sitting alone and just working on these papers and submitting them individually. I think that this point is very important for software teams, and I was trying to find a video on my channel where I was saying that, and I believe I said it some time ago, but I didn't find it. So that's a very important principle, which I strongly recommend you to follow, is that every time you manage a team or you are part of the team, it's very important in the team, to have a fair competition between its members. If programmers in one team do not compete to each other, if they don't know how good they are comparing to others, if they cannot publish their results, their ranking on the wall, and say that this week or this month or this year I'm number 3, and then the next year I'm number 4, and so on and so forth, if this information is not available publicly, and the information is not based on very simple and very transparent and very easy to understand rules, then your team is not going to achieve good results. That's what I believe for software development. We were discussing this with a few friends of mine just also a few days ago, and they told me that maybe it's a very American thing. So this may be applicable only to American culture, because that culture is very competitive by definition, and they train their kids to compete right from the beginning, from the first class in their school and from the primary school. And that's how they grow, and they like the competition. Maybe so, maybe it's a cultural thing, but I don't think it is. I more believe that any human being actually produce more while being part of a competition, like in sport. In sport there's nothing cultural. We all do sport, and every time in any sport, it exists. The sport exists only when we have a competition. It would be no fun to watch a runner or a swimmer if that swimmer do not compete with other swimmers. We always make them compete, and that's how they swim faster every year, or every few years. They run faster every few years. That's how we improve their results, because we always make them compete to each other. You have to do the same in a software team. For that, you can use metrics. We discussed it many times that metrics are important somehow, maybe not metrics, maybe somehow else, because metrics are the easiest way. They're the most transparent way. The metrics is a number. So you put a number on a person and say your number is 5.0 today, and tomorrow it's 5.3. So that's it. The number is the easiest way. But if you cannot measure with the number, maybe find some other way. But you need to make a set of fair rules which are clear for everybody, so that everybody can understand how they compete and how to get better and what happens when I get worse. That's, I think, a basic principle of the entire management. If you can do that, then it's great. If you can't, then start thinking about it. Thanks for listening. I hope I made something clear for you, something new. Maybe I said something new, because I remember that I was saying that somewhere between the lines, but this time is like a separate video to convince you that competitiveness and competition is the key and the core success factor for a software team. Thanks for listening. Stay tuned. Bye-bye.